Hello, hello. Another successful workout, another gym talk. Got my protein shake. It's actually earlier in the day. I actually got it done pretty early in the day. So I have, the rest of my day to just do whatever. Cheers. Ugh. So, let's talk about patience, okay? The most important thing, well, I keep on saying a lot of things are important things, but all these things are important. I feel like a lot of people don't realize, especially when you first start working out, the amount of time it's going to take to lose the weight. I always tell my clients one thing. You didn't gain like 10, 15 pounds in a day, so do not expect to lose 10 or 15 pounds in a day. A lot of times, people with really good physiques and really like those crazy transformations that you see, when you see someone that's like maybe like 200 pounds and they're like 140, that did not take a couple months. It is really hard to lose that much weight in a short amount of time. It is, I would say, damn near impossible, just because the amount of consistency, the amount of clean eating, the amount of good habits that you'd have to build in order to do that for a elongated period of time, for a short period of time, is just not sustainable for 99% of people, is what I would say. Usually people that lose like about 40, 50, 60 pounds in that span, the time that it took to lose that much weight is about a year plus. It is a lot of time. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm just saying this so you understand that don't be fooled by people that say, oh, lose like 50 pounds or lose like 20, 30 pounds in like a month or two. The chances of that ever happening is very slim, almost impossible. If you have bad habits where like maybe you overeat, maybe you snack too much, maybe you eat too many fattening foods, maybe you're not tracking as consistently as you should be, maybe you're not working out as much as you should be, you shouldn't expect to fix those habits in like a matter of weeks. Generally, the first month when it comes to training is just getting used to the workouts, getting used to maybe tracking if you're tracking, getting used to the eating, getting used to facilitating those good habits, understanding what a good week looks like, understanding what a bad week looks like, and then coming up with a plan of action for those things. That's the most important thing when it comes to doing these things. So I'm just saying, you need to make sure that you understand what you're getting into when you say like, oh, I want to lose like 20, 30 pounds. Well, that's a good goal. I think that's a good goal, first off. If you're trying to lose like 20, 30, 40, if you're trying to lose weight, I think that's a fine goal. But when people come to me and say, oh, I would like to lose like 20 pounds in like about 2 months, I have a wedding coming up or something like that, the chances of you losing like 20 pounds in like 2 months is very slim, especially if you have like, some habits that you need to work on, especially if you're not that consistent. I'm not saying that we can do some work. You can lose some weight and you can look good, but it's not fast. It's not a fast process. You have to be patient. You have to be patient and you have to be able to commit some time to doing this goal, because you know that cheesy saying that the things that you want in life are sometimes the hardest to achieve and stuff like that. It takes time. You just have to be patient. You have to be consistent. You have to be patient. Okay, which is why we talk about consistency and sustainability. If you can sustain like a lifestyle for 6 months, you will see results. If you're consistent for 6 months, you will see results. If you're disciplined, it'll allow you to be consistent. And chances are, if you're disciplined and consistent, the thing that you're doing for the most part is sustainable. These like 3 things are like so very important, right? Sustainability and consistency play into each other, like back and forth, right? If your workout is sustainable, if your habits are sustainable, then the chances of you being consistent with those sustainable things is good, and vice versa. If they're not sustainable, then you're not going to be consistent. Okay, we get the point. And then discipline also is going to be like another pillar that's just going to help you continue, because you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you feel motivated, where you feel strong and you're ready to do it, and you're going to have days where you really don't feel like doing it. And that's where discipline comes in. Discipline is going to make you stick to your routine regardless of how you feel. So don't be discouraged. Understand that working out and doing things for like about 30 days, doing things for about 40, 50, 60 days, you're going to see results, but they might not be as fast as you think they're going to be. Again, we focus on things like, especially when it comes to losing weight, it's very interesting, right? Like when you like weigh like 20 pounds more, you don't really even think about it until like, you're like, oh, wow, I'm stepping on the scale. Like, wow, I'm 20 pounds like heavier. But when we're losing weight, we're like laser focused on the weight loss. We're laser focused on our eating. We're laser focused on the scale. We're laser focused on the measurements, and it feels like it takes like centuries to get any results. But when we're eating like good food, we're having a good time, we're not thinking about the days, like the span of days that it took for us to gain the weight that we did. Especially if you're like, you gained a lot of weight, chances are you were eating in such a huge surplus you're not even noticing. Maybe you're not thinking about the drinks that you're drinking. Maybe you're not thinking about the times you went out with your friends, the times that you ate like a lot of fast food. Like, we don't think about things like that. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is be patient. Be patient. You didn't gain the weight in a day. It didn't happen, okay? You gained the weight by eating in a surplus every single day consistently for the next like month or 2 or 3 or 4, okay? And you are not going to lose the weight in a day. You're going to lose the weight by eating in a deficit consistently and sustainably every single day. Every single day. That means weekends. That means maybe times when you're going out on vacation. Now, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy yourself, but like I said, you just want to be consistent, and you want to make sure that you're like doing all those good habits that you facilitate every single day. And then, you know, once you like lost a good chunk of weight, you can come up with a plan to like eat in like a maintenance like type of way in which you're not like really gaining much or you're not really losing much. But like I said, I'm tracking my stuff right now, so I'll probably make a video on like exactly how I go about tracking and like things that you can do to like make your stuff easier too. This is like a project I've been doing. I've been working out and like eating consistently for about a couple months now, so I'm ready to like kicking in the overdrive. But this is just something to think about. I see people time and time again have, I guess, unrealistic expectations of weight loss. There's nothing wrong with like saying, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds. But there is something wrong, I think, when you're saying, oh, I want to lose 50 pounds and oh, I want to lose 50 pounds in like 2, 3, 4 months. Just set realistic expectations. Generally, rule of thumb is if you're eating in a caloric deficit, losing about half a pound to 2 pounds a week is generally the range of like healthy weight loss. The CDC says healthy weight loss. And also it's like, that's a more believable goal. Like I could believe someone like eating in like a more rigorous deficit, losing like 2 pounds per week. So about 8 pounds a month. And like it can also, some factors that affect it is how much fat you have to lose. So if you're like more overweight, like the chances of you losing like 8 pounds like a week or like a little bit more is more like realistic and like achievable than like if you're like just trying to lean out. The chances of you like maybe losing 2 pounds a week is going to be much harder. Just depends. But it's just something to think about. Make sure that your expectations are realistic. And as always, I believe in you guys, okay? So just, you know, I believe in y'all. So have realistic expectations and set a plan of action to hit those realistic expectations, okay? All right, have a good one.